dear viewers and listeners. I welcome you all to another episode of our weekly online chemistry class. This is episode 2 of season 6 of our weekly chemistry class. In the previous episode last week, we talked about the 4 quantum numbers that we have and their applications in terms of electrons arrangement in an atom. We have the principal quantum number, we discussed that, which indicates the size of an atom or the number of shells in an atom. The angular quantum numbers, which tells us about the number of subshells in a particular shell. The magnetic quantum number indicating the degeneracy of a subshell into various orbitals. And the spin quantum number, which indicates the the orientation of electrons in each orbital. Today, we are going to look at electronic configuration of atoms and ions. But before that, there is what we refer to as ordering of orbital in terms of energy levels. So if you want to write the orbital electronic configuration, you must follow this order. And that is in accordance with what we refer to as Aufbau's principle. So we have 1s, 2s, 2p, 3s, 3p, 3d, 4s, 4p, 4d, 4f, all on the same energy level, depending on the coefficient of the orbital or subshell. Then we have 5s, 5p, 5d, 5f. Then we have 6s, 6p, 6d, 6f, 7s, 7p, 7d, 7f. So when you are writing the electronic configuration, the ordering is as follows, whereby you start from the bottom of the arrow to the edge. So meaning, according to Aufbau principle, this orbital has the lowest energy level. So when you are writing the electronic configuration, you must start from this subshell. 1s followed by 2s, 2p, the bottom of the next arrow, then 3s, 3p, 4s, 3d, 4p, 5s, 4d, 5p, 6s, in that order. And do not forget that s takes maximum of 2 electrons, p takes maximum of 6, as explained in the previous episode, d 10, and f 14. Because the blocks of elements that we have in the periodic table presently are just 4, s, p, d, f. There is no element that belongs to the G subshell. It has not been discovered. So let's look at examples on some of the elements. If you are writing the electronic configuration of, let's say, a potassium atom with atomic number 19, the orbital configuration is based on this ordering. You have 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, there is no comma, 3s2, 3p6, and 4s1. You know, after 3p, then you have 4s. From here, the last orbital, when you are writing the electronic configuration of an element, indicate the block of that element. So because the last orbital here, or the orbital occupying the last electron in the atom, is s, it means potassium is a s block element. That's one. Then secondly, the orbital of the highest coefficient indicates the period of that element in the periodic table. So because the highest coefficient here is 4, it means potassium belongs to period 4. Now, how do we know the block? The group. The group is very simple. For S and P block elements, the group is equal to the total number of electrons in the orbital of the highest coefficient. So since the highest coefficient here is 4 and it is in S orbital, and that orbital has 1 electron, it means the element has 1 electron in its outermost shell, and that indicates that the element belongs to group 1. Okay, so that is that. So if you want to write the shell configuration, it's very simple. You look at the coefficient. This coefficient of 1 indicates that the orbital belongs to the K shell. So this is 2. K shell. That shell takes only 2 electrons. These are in the same group because they have the same coefficient. They belong to the second energy level, which is L. 2 plus 6, 8. These two are also belonging to the third energy level. 2 plus 6, 8. While in the fourth energy level, you have 2, 8, 8, 1. Let's look at the situation whereby you have iodine with atomic number 53. How will you write the electronic configuration? Follow the order. 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2, 3d10, 4p6, 5s2. After 4p5s, then 4d10, then 5p what? 2, 4, 10, 12, 18, 20, 30, 36, 38, 48, remaining 5, 5p5. So that means iodine belongs to a p block. It's a p block element. What about the period? The highest coefficient here is 5. You also have 5 here. Period 5. Okay? After period 5, what is the group number? So because it is a p block element, you now add the total number of electrons in the highest coefficient together, which is 5 plus 2. But we are supposed to have group 7. That is when you use the America classification. But when you use the numbering system 1 to 18, how do we get the actual group? For p block element, you add the number of electrons in the d subshell, which is 10, to the total number of electrons you have in the highest coefficient. So because we have a total of 7 plus this 10 will give us 17. So that is either group 7A or 17. What about the shell? 2 for 1s2, then 2s2, 2p6, 8, 3s2, 3p6, 3d10. That will give us 18. 4s2, 4p6, 4d10. That also gives us 18. Then 5s2, 5p5. That gives us 7. So we have 2, 8, 18, 18, 7 as the shell electronic configuration. In a situation whereby you are given an ion and you want to write the electronic configuration and determine the group and the period number of that element. Say for instance, you have bromide ion with atomic number 35. Before you write the electronic configuration of the ion, if you want to determine the group and period number, okay, let's write for 35. This atom, in the neutral atom of this ion, has 35 electrons. So in that case, we have 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2, 3d10, 4p5. This gives us a total of 35, provided it has not been ionized. So from here, because you cannot get this on the periodic table, this exists as bromine on the periodic table, not as bromide ion. So to get the block, the group, the period, you need to write the electronic configuration of the neutral atom. So from here, we can say this is a p block, period what? Thank you, period 4. And group what? 2 plus 5, that is 7 plus 10, group 17. In that case, so bromide ion, meaning it has gained one more electron. And since we are dealing with electron, the number of electrons is now 36. So one electron can still occupy this position. And that indicates the full orbital electronic configuration of the ion. Now let's consider transition methods. Take for instance, if you want to write the electronic configuration of ion with atomic number 26. This atom has configured a total of 26 electrons. So we have 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2, 3d what? This is 4, 10, 12, 18, 20, 26, 3d6. So this atom is a d block element. This is the last orbital. The highest coefficient is 4, period 4. Now, how do we get the group number? For d block elements, you are going to add the number of electrons in the d orbital because it's a d block. That orbital that indicates the block, add the number of electrons you have on it together to the number of electrons in the highest coefficient, which is this 4s. So we have 2 plus 6. That gives us group 8. Now, in a situation where you have ion 2 or ion 3, how will you write the electronic configuration? This indicates that this atom has lost 2 electrons, while this indicates that it has lost 3 electrons. Don't forget that the last orbital in this atom, the neutral atom of the element, is D. So when this is the mistake that most students used to make. If you want to write the electronic configuration of ion 2, you will just subtract 2 here and say 4s2, 3d4. That is not correct. because the orbital of the highest coefficient is 4s, and the atom must lose electron from the orbital of the highest coefficient, the energy of this 4s is somehow higher than that of 3d. So this is less stable. So it has to lose electron from the 4s before exposing the electrons from the 3d. It is when there are no more electrons on the 4s that the atom begin to lose electron from the 3d. So the configuration of ion 2 will now be 4s2, and you can write this in terms of 4s naught 3d6, meaning it has lost. So if the atom is losing one electron, that electron will come from 4s. If it is losing 2, it will come from 4s. If it is losing 3, 2 will come from 4s and 1 will come from the 3d. There is also what we call short form of electronic configuration, where you make use of the nearest noble gas. For instance, the nearest noble gas to potassium is 2, 4, 10, 12, 18. That is argon. So you can write that as argon 4s1. While for this, the nearest noble gas has atomic number what? 2, 10, this is 18, 20, 30, 36, 38, and then 48. Okay, 36. So which atom has atomic number 36? That's krypton. So you have krypton 5s2, 3d10, and 5p5. For this one, you can have argon 4s2, 3d6. I'm referring to ion, not bromide ion. So let's look at another example where you have platinum. I want to take an atom of higher atomic number and see how you subtract electron. Platinum 78, 4 ions. How do you write the electronic configuration? We have a total of 74 electrons here after losing 4 out of 78. But it is better for you to write for the neutral atom, which has a total number of electrons of 78. So here we have 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2, 3d10, 4p6, 5s2, 5p6, 4d10. Then we have 6s2, 4f14. Then we have what? This is 10, 18, 20, 30, 36, 38, plus this. That is 44, 54, 56 plus 14, 70. We are going to 78. Then we have 5d8. If you follow the ordering of orbital. So that indicates that this is a d block element. Period what? Period 6, the highest coefficient. Period 6, group what? We have a total of 2 plus this, group 10. 8 electrons in the D, 2 electrons in the highest coefficient. That gives us group 10. Now, this atom has lost 4 electrons. This is not the electronic configuration of platinum 4 ion. How do we get that? The highest coefficient is 6s. So this atom has to lose these 2 electrons before losing these 2 electrons from the air. So that means the configuration will be 6s0, 5d6, and not 6s2, 5d4. That is not correct. So this is how to write the electronic configurations of orbital. There are rules that govern this, and the first is the Pauli exclusion principle, while the other is Aufbau principle, and we have the On's rule. This is going to be the basis of our discussion in the next episode. So at the end of this class, I believe you have understood how to write the electronic configuration of element, and you have to take care of the ordering of orbitals, starting from the orbitals of the lowest energy level to the one of the highest energy level. Don't forget, in one of the episodes, in one of our videos, I've told you the element that constitute the S block, those that constitute the P block, those that constitute the D block, and those that constitute the F block. And based on your knowledge of the quantum numbers, you must have understood why a particular shell can take even more than 8 electrons that you are familiar with. If you look at platinum, for instance, for the neutral atom, let's look at the shell 5, which is the old shell. And what there is, how many electrons can take maximum? 2s squared. 5 times 2 plus 5 squared, that's 25 plus times 2. will give us a total of 50 electrons. If you look at this, you have 5s2, 2 electrons here, plus 6, that's 8. plus another 8 here, 16. But if you look at 4, 2, 6, that's 8, plus 10, 18, plus this, 32. And I told you that a shell, when n is equal to 4, takes a total of 4 squared times 2, which is 32 electrons. That is quite explained by magnetic quantum number. Thank you for watching, and do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. See you again some other time. Thanks.